There, we're live.
Hey, yo. Welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. Sorry to running late. We had a little issues. So, we actually got some freebies from and scooters. We went and picked up before. We slept a little late today. We went and got free coffees. And then we wanted to cook up a lunch real quick. So what I got here, y'all that tuned in last night for the cook-along saw me using some of the crawfish. So a whole of chorizo, the rest of the crawfish, that jalapeno cheddar. Isn't that what it is? No,
it's habanero.
Habanero cheddar, some standard cheddar, 3 eggs, and
it was 4 eggs I ended up
Oh,
doing.
4 eggs. That's even better. And then I topped it with some salsa, and I have a half an avocado here. But oh yeah, hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs, I have a PhD from YouTube University, and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. One thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, aka the Warden. Every Friday night, 6:30 Central, we go live for the Friday night feast. We'll cook up an entree, maybe snacks, show y'all how we do it. Then we spend our evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope you can tune in sometime. I'd love to have you over for dinner. Today's video or live stream is my MS journey for week 196. I got a little update, and it's a little special occasion, actually.
Yeah?
I was treated, my wife actually made this omelet for me. Today's my birthday.
Woo, woo.
I thought I would save y'all all the trauma of seeing me in my birthday suit. That's why I'm wearing the shirt today.
Oh, just a shirt.
Yeah, I'm twerking picking it. You can't see off camera.
Wow.
But I'm really not. I'm wearing my shorts. Because actually when we leave here, we had to go a couple more. When we finish with this, we have a couple more stops we need to go do. She got some errands she wants to do.
I do.
And then we were supposed to order... cook dinner and record a video tonight, but I'm still thinking I want to go out to eat. We're still discussing it. Now she's going to join us, y'all.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, that looks really
Welcome.
good.
Happy Sunday.
Super Sunday.
Birthday to my husband.
Thank you. And I got an electrolyte. What is it?
Electrolyte.
Ultima. I'm shaking up here.
Yeah. I'm just adding some of this foam to my coffee. That. Ooh, doesn't that look good?
So I got a freebie at Dutch, and she had a freebie from Scooters. So we'll get to both.
If you didn't know, Dutch on your birthday, they give you a free drink, any drink you want, however you want it for free. And so you could add extra shots. Well, they don't have heavy cream, but what is it? Let me take off that banner. I guess I can't. Oh, anyhow, yes. So, we got his Dutch birthday.
Should use a bigger plate.
And did you tell everybody what you got today for your Dutch drink?
Oh, I got the standard, my double rainbow. But since it was free, I got it blended because that's $1 extra. And then I went ahead and got the Rebel added to it also. I figure I don't do them often enough. I mean, it is kind of detrimental to me sometimes. I don't know if it technically is. I just know I feel better when I'm not having them.
Yeah.
But if I just have one every once in a while, especially when I'm not paying for it, it's fine.
Especially when I'm not paying for it.
I can't turn out free.
Then since it's National Coffee Day,
oh yeah,
then that's why I got a free drink at Scooters, any size for free. You just have to put it through the app.
And then they're also doing it at Whataburger too. I'm trying to want to go through there and get her one also.
Right.
And then I don't drink coffee, but I have the Starbucks app downloaded on my phone so we can order for her when I'm out and about and whatnot. But she's like, you know what? You need to set up your own account and you get a freebie and give it to me.
Exactly.
Yes, dear. Yes.
Yeah. Free coffee. I'm for that generally.
Unless it's Dunkin'.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even worth driving through getting a freebie from Dunkin'.
Yeah, I did that one year. Ugh, it was awful. I threw it away. In their same parking lot before I left. I threw it in their trunk dumpster.
This is so good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, welcome. Happy birthday celebration for my husband, the master or lord of the horde, Hungry He.
What I think is awesome too, y'all, I feel like it's been all weekend with the horde. Because we had the Friday night feast, everybody tuned in. Then we had a cook along, the Saturday night supper club last night.
Mm-hmm.
And that one had a little late too, which was awesome. I love visiting with all y'all. And now today.
Yeah. So Kaden is here. Hey, Kaden. She goes, hi, Shelly and Heath, and happy birthday,
Thank
Heath.
you.
And she
Thank
did
you.
all the little emojis.
Thank you.
And 20TQ Cat, hey, said happy birthday to the Lord of the Horde, Heath.
Thank you.
Let's party.
I'm doing it right now. This is an excellent birthday.
And Kaden said, I'll be watching back and forth while I do my husband's meal prep for the week.
We're making him. I can give you some ideas.
Yeah, what you got going? Laura S. is here. Hey, Laura said, happiest of birthdays. And Sean is here, and he said, good afternoon, all. Hey. And Renee is here, and she goes, happy birthday. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Premature jack-o'-lantern is here. And she goes, smash that birthday boy. I mean, thumbs up.
Renee, keep your hands off my feet.
I'm the only one who gets to smash the birthday boy. Everybody else gives the thumbs up, right? And Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa said happy birthday.
We ain't talked to you in a while. How you been?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
Did you get hit by the storm? Was that in her area? I don't remember.
I don't think it get y'all in Louisville. I know Dustin said that he had some power outages. But how did y'all in the Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky area, how did you fare?
Speaking of, Sean, you said y'all finally got back on. Was it due to the storm?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like something, it was a tornado.
Oh, wow.
That's what he was saying yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So, that's good. All I have here is just a scramble. So I took a little bit of chorizo, added a couple slices of bacon, some of the jalapenos, and then some cheese and a couple of eggs. And that's what I have here.
Oh, what are you looking at?
I'm just watching the dogs.
Oh.
They're both outside. So, other than that, they probably want to hear, how did your week go? How's your DDPY?
It went really good, really fine. The only problem is it's ramping up a little more. It's getting to the end of this session or whatever. And those are getting a little bit more difficult. My legs were kind of wobbly the last couple of days because of that.
Well, a longer one, because what was
like
it?
33 minutes. I think.
Yeah, was that Thursday night that you did one? And it was like 33 minutes long.
Right. I was like, no bueno.
And he was like, oh, I don't want to do it. Give me a shorter one. And I said, look, because I was getting everything together for the Friday night live. I said, look, it'll take me about that long to get all of this put together for the Friday night feast. So just go ahead and do it while I'm working on this. So I kind of pushed him, and guess what? He did it.
I didn't like it.
And by the time he was done, I was done. So it was perfect.
She just didn't want to give up her spot on the couch.
Yeah, so Sean said, yeah, there was a tornado just south of us. Our power was out because of a tree of the poles.
I'm so sorry, man. That's never fun.
Right. Well, I'm glad that got fixed quickly.
Yes.
Right?
You want a knife?
No, I got it.
Really good.
Yeah, that's
really
what.
Good, though. That's some sour cream.
Right. I think that was, when the Hurricane Burl hit, that was some of the other areas, I think, northern of us. That's what they were getting worse, some tornadoes.
What was really bad about that too? The state wasn't ready to handle it.
No, they sure weren't.
They really dropped the ball on us. That's why it took it. It took 6 days for us to get our power back.
Well, in some people it took 9.
That's true. Yeah. In our neighborhood too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if y'all have any questions, since it's Heath's birthday, ask away. Anything you want to know. How does it feel to be a year older, Heath?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Mm-mm. I mean, it feels the same.
You're a day older than yesterday, so.
Yeah. And then Dustin told me, happy 23rd birthday. I said, yeah, part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah. We're doing it's a replay.
Wow. Could you imagine if we'd met when you were like 23?
I don't think you would have liked me.
Probably not.
I was a totally different person then.
Right? Isn't that something? I think I was a lot different than I was in my 20s.
Uh-huh.
How about y'all? Do you feel like you've evolved or matured more?
Yes,
I think. I feel like in my 20s, I was still trying to figure everything out. So, yeah, I was still trying to learn the world. Renee wants to know, are the hookahs still performing well for you?
Yes, they're amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for recommending those.
Yeah. So definitely going to be doing that every year.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, that's what I was going to say. We learned something too, that I'm not changing my shoes out often enough. I wear them too long. So the way we got to set up, because we have the wellness thing where we can get new shoes for me. So why not take advantage of them? I'll go ahead and start updating them every year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pushing.
Rickwin, hey Joe said hello, Horde. Made my Costco run today.
Nice.
Way to go. Very busy. Got 4 dozen eggs. Found some Polish sausage and butter.
Oh wow,
nice.
Yeah, I was telling them in Dustin's this morning that we actually got Kroger had their 18-pack eggs for $1.99 each, limit 5. Well, both of us have our Kroger apps, so we both bought them, the limit. So I'm stocked up on eggs. That's another reason why I wanted to do the omelets.
So we have 180 eggs right now actually more than that, because you had, what did you say, about 2 dozen left?
Yeah.
Or 3 dozen?
Yeah. Because I eat at least 28 eggs every week, because I eat 4 a day, at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
So when we came home yesterday, I needed to make room for all these eggs. So I went ahead and pulled 30 out and cooked them as soon as we got home.
Mm-hmm.
When packed them away, because what I do, I don't know if y'all have seen it before, but what I do is I have a gallon pitcher. I fill it with ice, stack the eggs in there, and then stick that in the fridge. And I'll leave them like that, and then just use them as pull them out 4 at a time and eat them.
Yeah,
and it works perfect.
Nice.
In the past, I would cook all of them at once. I still cook them all at once. I do them all in the Instant Pot. But then I would peel them all and then put them away. Well, now I find it better. They don't get rubbery if I leave them peeled. I don't peel them until I'm eating them.
Mm-hmm. Peel them fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
And I leave them sitting in the water, too. When it gets down to the very end, the last few eggs, I just pour the water out.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of them actually broke on me when I cooked them. So I just put those in another container and stuck on the top of in there. And that's what I had today.
Oh, okay.
They were ugly, but they tasted fine.
All right. You don't care.
Rickwin what?
Rickwin says, happy birthday, Heath.
Thank you.
Age doesn't matter. It's how you feel. So how do you feel?
Fine.
Like compared to, like when we first met, when you were 37, how did you feel then compared to now?
I feel actually younger. More vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can do more. Because honestly, we weren't bad when we got together. Remember, I was close to 500 pounds.
If not over 500 pounds.
I've told the story before, but I'm going to say it again. When we first started keto, scale. It was about what? How many days?
Oh, it was like 6 weeks
6 weeks afterwards, we finally bought a scale and I stepped on it. And then it showed me I was at 470. And that also capped it out. That's as high as the scale would go. So I'm pretty sure I was over that. I was probably close to 500, if not more.
Yeah, that was after being on keto for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, and usually when you make a drastic diet change like we did like that, you lose a lot the first few weeks. If anything, a lot of water weight and everything. So I'm sure you were well over 500. But I mean, I could tell a huge difference now.
Yes.
But yeah, exactly. It's how you feel. Renee said, what? Not changing your shoes often enough? Wow. I hadn't heard that before.
Her phone's breaking up again. Her phone's really bad about doing that.
Uh-huh. Rickwood said, I'm happy today. Oh,
nice.
I finally got through to my uncle in Western North Carolina. He is fine. Oh, good. No idea when they will have electricity again. Oh, no. Is that Sam has set up generator for the freezer and fridge. It is what it is. Oh, well, at least to have the generator to save their food, right?
So we lost a whole turkey and packages of burger patties.
Yeah. The main thing is he's okay. That's the most important. Everything else is definitely replaceable and rebuildable, right? But as long as, they can help save the food, that's good. Because honestly, if the weather, like we had to get a hotel because it was just too freaking hot, right? When it's in the upper 90s up to triple digits, I don't know how people did it, right? And I know, like when I spoke to Nicole and some others, like it was really hard because Nicole almost passed out from heat stroke.
And it was bad for them too because they also have kids.
Right. So, and all their animals. So it would have been hard for them to even get a place. But, so that's why we got a hotel. But otherwise, if the weather is decent, if it's not getting crazy hot, as long as you have access to cooking your food, you can live basically without electricity. As long as you can, have that generator for at least your fridge and freezer, then, we got the gas things, and then you could just cook up the food as you need it and end up being the best thing in the world, but at least it's survivable. But I'm glad he's good. Laura wanted to know, do they still peel easy that way, the way you do it? So like a week later when you're going to get your eggs, do they still peel easy?
What I do, maybe I'll show you all sometime. But I take a paper towel, lay it down first. I take the egg and just like that all over. And then I have a whole stack of these empty cups in there. And I stack the shells in there. As I peel it, I stack the shells and then throw it away.
But the shell comes off, like it doesn't, do you lose any of the skin?
Every once in a while it does. A couple of them do, but it's very rare.
Okay. That's good.
But 90% of the time they peel fine.
And Renee said, with my hands, what did I miss? I must have said something. No. Oh, okay. Sean said, just the fact that you're able to walk on your own without assistance, Heath, is amazing. Yeah, if you're new here and you didn't know his story, at one point when he had a really bad MS flare, he was having to use a walker. And even for a while, like he was scared to even sit in an actual chair because he felt like he couldn't keep himself upright. Right.
None of the chairs we own have arms. They're like all these we're sitting around now. There's no arms on them. That's what scared me. Sorry.
Oh, you're right. And then you felt safer. Like you were like, okay, if I can make it from my bed to the couch, I'll feel good. Yeah. But like, at the time, he couldn't even really shower himself because he couldn't stand up to shower, and he certainly couldn't get into a bathtub because he was having what's called drop foot.
I had it on both my feet two different times,
alternating.
Yeah, twice on my left foot, once on my right. And the right was even worse because that's the foot I used to drive. So because I was still working then.
Yeah, so he couldn't.
Or Yeah, I was still working construction. That makes it sound better.
Yeah. And so he, couldn't even like shower because he couldn't stand up, but then he couldn't get in a bathtub. And so, and luckily, I don't know why I did this, but whenever I had my master shower, so the way this is a 70s house. So back in the 70s, the master bathroom was not like it is today. It wasn't like, oh, let's go all out on the master bathroom.
Back then, there's other things an ensuite.
Right. It was just basically, hey, you get your own private toilet and you get a shower. We're not even going to give you a tub. Like our master bath is so small, y'all. Like this room right here is bigger than our master bath. Mm-hmm. So there's not even room to put a bathtub in, because that's what I was going to do, is get one of those beautiful claw foot tubs, but no, not enough room. No matter how I reconfigured it, wouldn't have worked. But the hall bath or guest bath at the time, that was where you had the double sinks, you had the bathtub shower combo and the toilet, because it was geared towards, well, most families would have 2 or more kids, so you wanted a bathroom to accommodate that. And then the master bath is like, oh, you get your own bath. So when I redid it, the shower, because anyhow,
it was a whole nother story.
Yeah, so I redid the shower, and when I did, I had them I got a bamboo platform floor put in. It was still removable, right, for cleaning and stuff, but it had on top of, so the whole thing, what is it? Is it vinyl?
No.
What's it called? I didn't do tile because
honestly I don't remember the name, but it's proprietary to the company that did it.
Yeah, but what is that type of surround? So basically, I had tile before, but that bathroom the airflow is horrible, so it would mold too much. So I wanted something that was anti-mold and easy to clean. So that's what I got installed. And then I had the bamboo floor. And then I was like, you know what? I want the seat to match. So they did a bamboo seat that folds up, or, so if you don't need it, then you can fold it up. But then if you do want the, like they were like for shaving your legs, because I also got put in a little foot rest for shaving the legs. And so then you can do it that way. And so I just had that seat, but I rarely use it, right? But then when he had that flare up, I could use that. That was really handy that I already had that built in. So I was able to, help him bathe every day and at least get up in there, which was scary because it was at about a 5-foot step. So that was a little hard for him.
What was really handy too is once you got all that done, she also had it set up for a wand. So it pops off and you can spray. So that made it handy too. Right.
So we'd do that. But yeah, to go from that to now that you can stand in a shower and bathe yourself, right, you just don't realize, how almost like a privilege it is to be able to be an able-bodied person, right, until you lose that able-bodiedness. And then you're like, wow, like I really. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we are. Okay, good.
Sorry about that.
Right? I was like, let me get on my phone here and see what's going on.
So now I'm starting to put my weekly pill together. First thing I'm doing here is a dose of Imodium, just in case.
Oh.
Well, I already went earlier, but I don't want to have to get too graphic with them.
No, I'm like, whoa, tell it all. Brenda F is here. And she
Hey.
said, good morning. Hey,
Good
Brenda,
morning.
how are you
How you
doing? Just, oops, good afternoon. Whatever. But, yeah, so I feel like that really did motivate you during that time.
Yes,
but also,
really.
at first, it was very depressing.
Yes, it very was. It was dark.
It was dark because he was like, is this always going to be there? So that's why, we all have dark moments in our life. Just hang in there. Whatever you're going through, this is just temporary and it will get better. And that's why, at the time we were like, you know what? Just stick to eating really healthy. And we got really, like, almost strict carnivore, like almost the lion diet carnivore.
When I got diagnosed with the MS, I reached out to Dr. Barry and he told me to go as low carb as possible.
Right.
And he goes, that'll do the best for you. He goes, you're already keto, because I'm already doing keto. I call it Barry method keto, because that's what hooked me, was just listening to his videos. So I reached out to him and he told me to just go as low carb as possible, even carnivore if need be.
Yeah.
And I did that for a while.
Yeah.
I love vegetables.
We got really, really strict, to basically just give him high nutritious food. And, again, almost the lion diet. I think you might have had some like pork and maybe a little bit of chicken, but we really tried to focus on heavy beef and really doing
eggs.
that. Yeah. And lots of eggs. And I think that really helped him get past that flare up a lot quicker.
And also, I actually started the thing with the eggs. We found that out by accident.
Yeah.
So there was this winter storm that hit us. We were in the hotel for, 4 or 5 months. And they had, the hotel had breakfast for us. Of course, it was mostly carbs, but I was able to pick around it and eat through it. But one thing they put out was they had little cups full of hard-boiled eggs. Every cup had 2 eggs, so I always got 2 cups, so I was 4 eggs. And Shelly started noticing that I was doing better, like because I was already diagnosed with MS by then, right? She noticed that I was doing better. I was my mobility got better. I was already doing my DDPY at that time also, so I kept that up even in the hotel. It actually made it easier because of the higher ceilings. Because like here in the house, when I do it, I have to turn off my ceiling fan or I'll put my hands through it. But at the hotel, it made it a lot easier because that wasn't a problem. But anyway, she started seeing that. So I was like, well, okay, let me start. She started doing more research, and you can find another video from Dr. Barry talking about the benefits of the eggs. So I just started adopting that now. That's the way I do it every day now.
Yeah, but even that was way after your flare up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I'm doing the eggs now, though.
Yeah, that's why. But during the flare up, you were eating quite a few eggs and a lot of beef. And I really feel like that helped a lot. And that's when you started the DDPY because you were researching because you were like, am I ever going to be able to walk again? Because you would hear other people who are like, oh, they're in a wheelchair because of MS. And you got...
That scared me, actually.
Yeah. And then that's when you saw the DDPY, the Arthur Gorman story. And you're like, well, if he did it, maybe there's a chance for me. And then the fact that the DDPY... you could do it if you're bedridden.
Yes.
And that's why he was like, okay, even if I'm bedridden, so this is probably a good option for me because right now I can't even get off the couch. So if he has modifications where I can still do some kind of movement, but I think that's what helped as well. So I think it was not just a diet, right? There's never just one thing. It was that with the exercise and getting that really helped strengthen your muscles and getting blood flow to those areas while you were doing the exercises. And that's what really helped you is you do need both of those components. And I know sometimes people will talk, oh, well, you just need to eat right. That's it. But you do need some exercise in there because
it's a full program.
Right. That's how you get blood flow, especially to your extremities, is you have to use. And otherwise, then your blood's just going to stick around your middle section, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do things to really do that and help strengthen your core. That was really important too, because we learned through that when he had his several falls, that if his core was stronger, he wouldn't be so reliant on his legs or
Right.
his hands.
Because there was a couple of times where I couldn't even get up. We actually had to have the EMS come over and help me get up.
Yeah.
Because Shelly wasn't strong enough to do it, and I was just too big. But I wanted to pause for tell y'all about this. That she mentioned the Arthur Gorman story. Y'all need to go find that video and watch it. That was really what convinced me to do this. They started the DPY. Arthur has an amazing story, y'all. He was a injured paratrooper from the military. And when you start watching the video, he has a full body brace he's wearing, and he's having we're using those canes that hook onto your arms, and he's walking with those. By the end of the video, it's over several months or whatever that he was doing the DPY. By the end of the video, though, he's up and running. He no longer has to use the brace or the canes. And now, when I'm doing the DPY, he's one of the instructors. He's doing the workouts with you.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If he can do that, I'm not nowhere near as bad as he was. If he can get to that stage, I can. Then let him in.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So don't feel like, sometimes when we look at certain athletes, we're like, oh, how will I ever get there? Because it's just one day at a time. And so just don't focus on where somebody else is. Just focus on you and working towards your next goal. So like for Heath, his first goal was just being able to sit up in a chair. And then, from there, everything was such a triumph. When he felt secure enough to sit in a chair, that was such a big thing to be like, oh my gosh, I can finally sit in a chair. And that motivated him enough, to keep going, because he's like, okay, maybe I'll be able to stand by myself. And then eventually he got to where, and I still remember to this day, because he loves to get the mail, y'all. He loves to check the mail. So it really hurt him.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but it really hurt him during this that he couldn't check the mail every day. And I don't care about the stinking mail. So before Heath, I would maybe get the mail once a week, if that. Sometimes I've had it before when the postal person would put a note on my door to please get my mail because they're not going to be able to deliver anymore. So yes, I don't care about mail because it's mostly junk mail or paper bills that I'm already getting emails on. But anyways, so it really hurt Heath that he couldn't go check the mail. So finally, when he felt secure enough to use his walker to go to the mailbox.
And that sounds crazy, but it's kind of a long walk, honestly, from the front door to the mailbox.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact footage, but it's kind of far.
He was, and it was very scary for him because he was like, what happens, especially after he had fallen 3 times
in the house?
He was like, what happens if I am halfway there and I fall, So I was with him, just kind of encouraging him. And when he did it on his own, that was just such a huge victory. So it's just those little things. So sometimes, when it comes to keto and our health journey, sometimes we focus on the end result instead of focusing on those little goals along the way and having those moments of triumph to be like, oh, wow, you know what? I went a whole week without having any type of, high carb item, whatever it is, like it, celebrate those things. Or, now I used to get out of breath just going from the car into the grocery store. Right. I didn't do that today. Those small little wins, acknowledging those and celebrating those as you're on your health journey. You have to remember those little things instead of just focusing on the end result.
Well, let's go through real quick and tell them what I'm taking. And you tell them why, because I don't honestly know why I'm taking these. I'm listening to my doctor.
So magnesium malate, that's just a good form of magnesium. That's good for the nerves.
No, I've done all of them.
So. Yeah, okay. And then his liver, just, to get added nutrients.
Because I hate the way it tastes, so I take it as a pill.
His vitamin D3, and then his actual medication for his MS. Yeah. And then Renee said, how do you feel with her hands?
Not too good. It hurts.
No. Caden said meal prepping smoked Cajun sausage.
Oh, that sounds good.
Steamed and then boiled duck eggs.
Ooh,
Friends in rural areas got ducks during lockdown. Ooh.
that's awesome.
Air fried chicken wings. Oh, yum. Ground beef patties from local butcher. And I peel the eggs. Wow, that
That's
sounds
awesome.
amazing, Caden.
That sounds amazing.
Said he hates peeling them, and the duck eggs are very hard to peel, even with my little tricks and tips. But I love him. Laugh out loud, right? Obviously, look at all that yummy food you're making him.
Because when I do my eggs, I cook them in my Instant Pot, and I do the 5-5-5 method. What that means is you cook them for 5 minutes on high, you let them rest for 5 minutes, then you soak them in ice for 5 minutes. I do a modified version. I cook them for 5 minutes and I'll let them sit while we went around doing other things. Because like yesterday when we ran to the store and stuff, I put the eggs on to cook and we left. Then I came home and then emptied the pot. So I don't know how long they actually sat for. And then I just put them in the ice in the fridge for the whole week. But it works fine for me. But one trick I have found too is when you start peeling them, once you get the one little part set, you can take a spoon and slip it underneath it and help peel the shell off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now keep in mind though, when he's doing this method, I'm just gonna say this: Heath does not mind really hard boiled eggs. So just keep that in mind.
If we're planning to make something that requires hard-boiled eggs, like another dish or whatever, she wants to make her a batch.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're putting it in a salad or something like that, a hard-boiled egg is a hard-boiled egg.
You know, some of us are a little more picky. But anyhow.
She can't be too picky. She's with me.
No, I am picky. That's why I picked you.
you.
Laura S. said, I love you too. Said, congratulations, Heath. That shows all your hard work.
Thank you.
And Brenda said, must have been scary times. So happy for you. So happy you are good now.
That's why also what helps me is this right here. Because she's the one that convinced me that I started to start. And she goes, look, we've been talking about doing our YouTube channel because we love to cook. And so it's going to be a cooking channel, obviously. But she's like, well, look, when you start doing something with your MS about it too, help other people with MS. And it's helped me. It's almost like a therapy, kind of like when I'm doing this, I'm just talking to all y'all, my friends. So thank y'all for that. That's why I start documenting this. That's why I post the weeks, how long I've been doing this. So that's 191 today, or last week anyways. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase that properly. Today starts week 197.
Yeah.
So all the pictures you saw is everything I ate this week.
Yeah.
And that's how I really feel. I got a sticker, a magnet hanging on the refrigerator right here. Real food is mad.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel that way because when we start eating off plan, it really, really affects me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a toxin to me.
Yeah.
When I'm not keto.
Renee said Wi-Fi's even feel the old age today.
What now?
Wi-Fi. As it went out.
Yeah.
Had a little nap. Brenda F said, what does the DDPY stand for? So it's DDPY. What does that stand for?
I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Pro wrestling it's still real to me. DDPY. It stands for Diamond Dallas Page. That's the wrestler who started this program. And the Y stands for yoga. But his catch is, it's not your mama's yoga. Because he's like, his wife is the one that talked him into it. I really feel like you're one of the good ones too. Our wives are what make us stronger. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here, honestly. Aww. But his wife at the time, Kimberly, really, before she was doing yoga, told him how to do it too, told him how it would help him because he's an older gentleman. I want to say he's in his late 60s, I think, like 65, 66, something like that, I think. But his is a crazy story too because he didn't actually get into wrestling, becoming a wrestler until in his 40s. which is very, very late in the game.
Uh-huh.
But he had a lot of good mentors.
He's 68.
So wow, he's even older than I thought. Okay. But he started tweaking the yoga that she had him doing and develop his own little program, which is what I'm doing now too. I have still, to this day, just ate up with pro wrestling. It's my favorite thing to do is read and watch it. When I watch YouTube, 90% of the time, it's interviews with wrestlers. She gets so annoyed with it, but some of that stuff is really good, though, y'all. I love the backstories, everything about it. All the nostalgia and stuff, and just following along with it. It just does something for me. I went to my first show when I was 3 years old, I think they told me. My first matches that I remember vividly going to was in 3rd grade. With the Houston Coliseum, I saw the Fantastics versus Dr. Death Steve Williams and Ted DiBiase for a tag match. I mean, it was, oh my God, still love it. It's still just great memories. And y'all saw a video, we can maybe try to link to you. One of my favorite things too, one of the wrestlers, his name is Booker T. His name is his real government name is Booker T. Huffman. Him and his wife live here in Houston. They have a wrestling school here. And before the pandemic, he would regularly have meet and greets and have his fellow wrestlers come to his school down here. His school, the meetups and everything is usually about about an hour from us in a little town called Texas City. That's where, I don't remember where he's at now, but he may have moved it. But I got to meet several of my heroes. Got signed autographs, and in my hallway, I call it my Hall of Fame because I have all of those pictures I've got autographed, and one I'm most proud of is the one from DDP.
Yeah.
I wish I could meet him again and show him that I'm doing and everything.
Yeah. But, because when we met him, we were pre-keto.
I was a big old boy.
Yeah.
That was all pre-keto. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Laura S. said, how long ago was that flare up and not one since? So it was almost 4 years ago. Right. I think actually in October it'll be 4 years. Yeah. October, November, something like that, I think is when it happened.
I've had several MRIs and they've told me what it is it's a neurological disease. And then I had lesions on my brain is what's causing all this. But the last 2 or 3 MRIs.
The last 2 that you've had done.
No new lesions. And my doctor is my neurologist is amazing. Him and Shelly had a little rocky start at the beginning because she's Shelly. And she called him out on a few things.
Yeah.
And he was kind of on the fence about me doing keto because, he's a standard American doctor, so. Yeah. So he was really pushing that at first. And she was like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this, this, and this, He's like, all right. Because in fact, he's like, all right, well, go do your research then. You don't listen to me. So she doesn't go to the office with me anymore. But he's constantly asked about her.
Oh, really?
He told me to listen to you because obviously you're doing good for me. But
he's like, okay, maybe she is smart.
But he's like, whatever you're doing is working, so keep doing that. And I told him and the nurse about the DDPY, and they're both amazed because they saw me before when I first
when you had the flare up, yeah.
Because it was so bad, they had to have a nurse. They sent over. He came over 3 times, and did do steroid injections for me.
Yeah,
that was no bueno because I hate needles.
Yeah, he had to have that done. Yeah. And then we were trying all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you remember we had heard about, what is it, the oxygen for the oxygen tank?
That was no fun either, yeah.
So we found there was a place.
The DDPY thing too.
Was it?
Not DDPY, but DDP told about it. He did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and there was other doctors and stuff talking about, the oxygen tank, that's so good for you, blah, 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 blah. So we were going to try it, and I found a place literally not closer than Scooters is. Uh-huh. And we went there. That was not a good thing because
hyperbaric chamber.
Hyperbaric chamber, yes. when he went in there, like he was able to get into, it's like basically like a tube, kind of like the iron lung, you know, you get in this tube.
Oh, it's like the MRI tube.
Yeah, and he got in there, okay. But after the session, and it really isn't that long, when he tried to get out, all of a sudden he couldn't. Like his legs would not work. And it took like the whole staff,
Like
and
3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, they had to come in there, and basically they had to tilt the machine.
They unbolted it from the floor and pulled me out. Like the thing gave birth to me.
Yeah.
It was
And they had to put him on a sheet and then help him, you know, wheelchair and everything.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let me walk out. They wheeled me out to the car.
Yeah, and it was so scary. And I was like, okay, that obviously didn't benefit you in any way. If anything, it kind of made things worse.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, so we've had, like, I think when we went to KetoCon last, so not this year, last year, they had those.
Nope, I ran.
I know. He was like, I just don't know. Maybe it would help, but just from that experience, he's just like, oh. So just because something's healthy and you try it doesn't mean it would be healthy for you.
Another thing that really messed me up too. It's really messed with my equilibrium. Like if I'm in the shower and go to wash my hair, it messes with me. I get dizzy just doing that. So a lot of times when I wash my hair, I'll sit on that bench she was talking about and then do it like that because then I can't fall. I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
But we made a mistake 2 years ago before the cruise. We met up with everybody and went to Universal. I love roller coasters, and I finally slimmed down enough I could fit in them again. Mm-hmm. And I love the ones that go upside down. No, I know now not to do that ever again. That messed me up really, really bad.
Yeah.
And it was so hot, too.
Yeah. The heat definitely
really messes with me.
Yeah. And the other thing that affects you is, again, when we did the haunted house a couple of years ago, because the unleveledness. I think if it had all been like I think honestly, if we went like, because I've been watching Tampa Jay and he goes to all these theme park ones, mm-hmm. I think you would do okay. Like if like he went to Busch Gardens, he went to SeaWorld, he went to Universal and Disney. I think you would do okay there mm-hmm. because the ground is level and then there's plenty of places to sit. You know, because how they do it at the theme parks, which is nice, is you go in and you go to different zones. And so you can rest between each one, which is, I think, what you needed versus a traditional haunted house. You kind of go from one of the attractions to the other, and there's no resting points. Like the one we went to, because there was like, I think it was like a 3-in-1, but one of them was outdoors, and that just
it messed me up.
Yeah, and by that point, you hadn't got a chance to sit down or anything, and it really was getting to you and the heat and all that.
Well, another thing that I still have problems with, because we ran into it yesterday. Remember when we went to Aldi?
Yeah.
I still, because of the heat and everything too, I use a handicap placard. Now, I get around fine, but the heat just really, really wreaks havoc on me. We went to Kroger. I got around fine. The aisles there were bigger, so I feel like I had more room. But something about Aldi, I get claustrophobic for some reason. Their aisles are more narrow, and that store too felt crowded. So she thought I kept running off from her, but I wasn't trying to get away from her. I was feeling uneasy. I felt like I was going to fall, but I found that if I keep moving and keep walking, I won't fall. Mm-hmm. So that's why I keep circling back to you. I'll walk down the aisle and come back. But it feels like she thinks I'm just running off from her. But I'm trying to explain to her that's the only reason I'm doing that. Because I felt very uneasy. I felt like I was going to fall. And then we left there, drove over to HEB, and I was fine.
Yeah, HEB, you walked around fine. But something about Aldi, and he does this every time, is I'll be, and I'll say, oh, what do you think? And then he's gone. Or he'll be running off, and I'm like, what do you think? Huh? What? And I'm like, oh. So I have to repeat myself. And I'm used to shopping by myself.
Right.
So I go
at Mojo.
I go at my speed and look at things in my way. And he's all like, oh, let's go here. Let's go there. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, okay, I need you to
Relax.
Like, so slow down, stay with me. And then he's just like, no, I can't just stand beside you. I have to keep going. And he's like overly considerate of other shoppers. So if a shopper's coming down that aisle, he's like, oh, I got to get out of their way. And I'm like, they're not even here yet. They might be turning around. And
my
he's just like,
is, I hate it when people are in my way. So I want to go overboard not to be in anybody else's way.
Yeah, overboard. And I'm just like,
I guess that's a character flaw.
No, it's not a character flaw, but it's like then it impedes us from doing our shopping because I'm like, okay, now we have to wait till that person isn't on the aisle so that I can grab the things that I want. Shada is here.
Hey,
She goes, oh my God, well, better late than never, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, thanks for stopping in. Turn that down. Okay. But I'm glad you're here, Shauna. And then Sean said, Diamond Dallas Page yoga. He used to be a pro wrestler. And Kate said, oh my, what a dark time it must have been, and a scary one as well.
Oh, it was awful.
Thank God that you have this way of eating. It can heal as well as prevent future setbacks like that. That's the plan. I mean, I've heard other people say, no, there's nothing you can do. Nothing's going to fix it. It's never going to be curable.
In fact, go ahead, Vern.
And so that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like people in the community have actually told us that they were like, well, just because he has MS and he's doing keto's not a cure-all. So, it will eventually get worse. So maybe it will. I don't know. But it is, I don't know. Seems kind of a negative way of looking at it.
Well, I was telling a story about Brian's neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
My buddy, actually, I've told you a story about him before. He's actually a day older than me. Yesterday was his birthday. I think that's pretty cool. He hadn't even replied to me then. Jerk. I sent him a text message telling him happy birthday. But he's telling me, he was telling me after I was diagnosed, he told me his neighbor has MS also. So he put me in touch with him. In fact, he was trying to get me hooked up with his neurologist. I don't know why. His neurologist never called me back, though. It's kind of good, though, because I have a good relationship with my neurologist I have now. So I'm fine with that. But anyways, I was just talking to him about it and telling him how I'm doing a heavy meat-based diet. And he's like, you know what? He said nobody's ever told him the diet has anything to do with it. Mm-hmm. He goes, but I do notice when I do eat, eating, and he goes, I love steak. And he goes, I notice when I eat steak and eggs or something like that, I feel a lot better that day.
Mm-hmm. And he has more energy that day.
So I was like, what? Even more. But the problem with MS too is they say that there's no two people have the same symptoms. Yeah. It turns out also my direct supervisor at work has MS also. And he's on a different regimen than I am. He actually has to go into the clinic and get injections. And he's telling me about it, how he calls it his crap days. It'll be like, he goes in, I think once a month, I think to get his. He goes, but a day or two before, his system almost shuts down on him. And he just feels like, just feels yuck. And he's wishing there was a way. I've turned him on to keto, and he's actually started trying doing it. Because he was trying to do a no meat thing. I was like, well, I know they say that's healthy, but I know it works for me because a heavy meat.
Protein. We got to have proteins as human beings. Protein is essential. Mm-hmm. And I feel like just from when I was in the hospital and almost died, I know what really helped me heal faster was having a good source of protein because I was having yogurt every day. And I really know that's what helped me heal fast. And, excuse me, and avoiding inflammatory foods. I mean, it really, when you are trying to heal, when you are sick and you are trying to heal, you really need to get very strict, avoiding any inflammatory, and I'm going to say it, I know not everybody agrees, but avoiding the seed oils, avoid that, avoiding, anything, gluten, anything that could cause inflammatory response. And so I think that's what really helped Heath as well through his flare up, was really sticking to being very strict about keto and eating very clean foods and really avoiding anything inflammatory, even not even having much chicken, because chicken can cause inflammation in dogs. So, sometimes I'm like, yeah, how good is it then for humans if it could cause inflammation in dogs?
But we need to tell them about the almonds.
Well, yeah, eventually went through the almonds. I know we've repeated a lot of this a lot.
But we don't know who else hasn't heard it before, though.
Okay. Oh, we can.
Because part of the thing with my flare-up, what caused it, I really feel like what caused it, we won a contest through 2KK and won some of those bars. That had almonds in that.
Well, yeah, we bought the bar. Go ahead.
But then also, I love pizza. There's a mom and pop pizza joint up here that we're doing a keto pizza using almond flour in their crust. And I think eating those candy bars and eating that pizza is what caused the flare up. And that's when we figured out I have an allergic reaction to almonds and peanuts. Mm-hmm. And now that I've cut those out, I feel so much better.
Well, that's why it's finding out what causes inflammation in you. So for some people, dairy causes inflammation. That's why we also did that triple B and E last year, is because you were having not exactly a flare up, but you were having some
sensations in my arm. It's almost like usually with your legs. Well, it was for me anyways. When you your leg is fixing to fall asleep, I had kind of a little tingle. That's what I was feeling on my left arm. And it wouldn't go away. I couldn't figure out why.
And so that's when we did the triple B and E, because, immediately, and I don't know, we hear this a lot in the keto community. The first thing people say is, oh, it's dairy. Dairy is like the bad guy in the keto community, it seems like. Mm-hmm. But we already,
because I love cheese.
Right. But we already know that, almonds, especially when you're doing almond flour, peanut flour, doing a lot of those flours, at least for us, and I say for me too, not as bad as Heath, but it does cause inflammation. And peanuts are legumes, and so that does cause inflammation for Heath. So that's why we had to cook, clear those out, and we've done good on that. But Heath was then drinking diet sodas and stuff still. So when we did the triple B and E, a lot of people were like, oh, it's probably the dairy. So he cut out dairy, y'all, for the month.
Oh, that was rough.
But really, it was the sodas that was doing the impact. Once he got those sodas and the energy drinks out, the tingle went away.
Right. Because also, the sodas, I was drinking the diet sodas.
Yeah.
And
the zeros.
Yeah. Well, that's still a diet, but yeah.
Well, I'm just specifying.
You're right. But also, I was reading about it too and watching some things on YouTube I found, interviews and whatnot. And they're saying that some folks were seeing MS-type symptoms from drinking aspartame.
From drinking diet sodas is what they said.
Yeah. But when they cut those out, the symptoms went away. And that's what really convinced me hardcore to give those up. The only sodas I drink now are the Zevia.
And that's because those are clean.
Yeah, there's no matter what flavor you get, they're all clear, which kind of messed with my head at first. They're only sweetened with stevia, which I have never had any issues with that at all. Yeah. Because when I make my own iced tea, I use liquid stevia to make that too.
Yeah, and then when he added back in dairy, he didn't have a reaction to it, so he's fine with dairy, right? But that's where we've noticed, and sometimes you just have to do that. If you notice in your health journey, don't just change things at the drop of the hat. Don't do that. But if you're like, you know what, I'm still having really severe allergies, that's when you can step away and say, okay, even if you just track what, don't like, oh, I'm going to go strict keto. Maybe just start the first week or two, just track what you eat. Don't change anything. Eat like you normally have been, but actually track it. And then you go back and look and say, oh, you know what? I am having, I thought I was only, because we all think this, right?
Right.
It's easier in retrospect to be, I only have like 2 or 3 sodas in a week. And then when you track it, you're like, oh, no, I'm having about 2 sodas a day.
I know I was.
Right. And
Sometimes more.
Right. You get away with it. So that way, if you just track as is, don't make any changes. Just say, you know what, I'm just going to put in and even do it as a challenge. Like, it's not the way I'm eating. I know that's not it. And so track everything you're eating for a couple weeks and then go back and be like, oh, okay, what are the patterns here? And, then you can decide, okay, let me just cut this out for 30 days and see if I notice a difference in like my allergies or whatever it is.
Because I think part of it too is where I really messed up with it was when we were on the cruise. I got the soda package and I was drinking.
That all accumulated.
I was almost like a chain smoker, but it was with sodas.
Yeah, it all accumulated.
Yeah.
So that's why also it's the poisonous in the dose.
Right.
Sometimes you think, well, the 1 didn't bother me, so therefore 20 won't bother me. But it's, well, 1 might be okay, but 20, no.
Saying that,
I don't know.
I also cut out all the energy drinks. So I used to be a big fan of like Bang and Monster and all of them. But today, because I got a freebie, I went ahead and got the Rockstar in this.
The Rebel.
Yeah, the Rebel. That's right. Their brand of their energy drinks, and I feel fine. But I do 1 maybe every 6 months.
Right.
I don't drink them once a day like I was.
Right.
And now that I cut those out, I feel a lot better, actually. I feel like I'm going to get around better.
And you don't feel like you have a loss in energy.
No.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't ever really drinking them for the energy. I just like the flavor because that was my hardest thing. One of my hardest things with keto is I love fruit, especially tropical fruits. And so I was getting the tropical fruit flavored drinks to make up for that.
Sean said that must have been before Amazon, the mail.
Yeah.
We have to get the mail when the packages start overflowing from the box.
Yeah.
Well, with us, luckily, because we have our mailbox, which is, we say a mailbox, but it's just a little tube, the traditional mailbox.
It's a standard one.
But if we have any packages, then they drop them at the front door.
Yeah.
And we actually have a little side table
that they put the packages
that they'll
under.
put well, sometimes they'll put it on there. The one you got from your mom yesterday, they put on there.
It's hilarious when they put it under though.
I know.
Like they're trying to hide it for us.
But yeah, so any big packages, which is easy because it's like, okay, that's the stuff I want.
Right.
Not all the bills. Brenda F said, how many eggs do you put in the Instant Pot?
Usually 28, but I've done up to 36. I know I've done 40 at a time. Let me show him.
Yeah, so he could do up to 40 in a time.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to read a couple of these. Renee said, and the green part in the yolk of his eggs. Sean said he likes chewing in a tennis ball for eggs.
No. Because what I do, here's the liner for the Instant Pot. What I do, and I take the trivet. This is made for cooking meat. You put the meat in there and everything, but I just do it like that, set it in here. Then I take this guy. I don't know what this is called actually, but I set it in here, load the eggs, then I pour probably like about 3/4 of this, however much water that is.
Yeah.
Pour that water in there. And
so about a quart of water.
Yeah. But if you just go Google the Instant Pot 555 method for hard-boiled eggs, that's basically what I do.
22Q Cat said, I never do any of that with the ice and whatever for my eggs in the Instant Pot. I set it for 8 minutes and that's it. Done. Refrigerate. They peel so easily.
Oh.
Wow. So you just ate and then pull them right out directly and put them right in the fridge?
Okay.
Nice.
Let me try that.
Renee said, how many votes that Heath is going to get teary-eyed during today's live?
Don't you start with me, woman.
I see one vote. Kate said, my duck eggs peel easily, but the shells are like shards and shrapnel.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're so much thicker. She said, it's hard on the fingers. Yeah. Right. Well, sometimes don't you use gloves when you're peeling?
Not when I'm peeling.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends. If I'm gloving up to do other stuff, I'll go ahead and peel them while I'm already gloved. but it's not specifically for peeling.
Shauna says, now, I vote now. Brenda F. said, I've not had ducks. They're really good. It's just a lot fattier of a yolk.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're really good for making hard-boiled eggs. Making deviled eggs.
My lady laughed a lot. Hey Andy said, catch it up later. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And then Renee said, the unlevel and the lighting changes were overwhelming for even a steady person. That's what those haunted houses go for, too.
Yeah.
Is the unknown. It's even worse for Heath.
Another thing I used to really have a problem with, because I work from home on a computer. So I wear those blue blocker glasses. But if I go outside during the day, the natural sunlight messes with my eyes. When I come back in, it takes me a second to focus everything. But it used to be really, really bad for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, maybe it's the cutting out the diet sodas and everything, because that's gone away. I don't have that problem anymore.
I know. I think it was the sodas and the energy drinks.
Yeah. And then I also used to have a problem. With driving, my vision. I see a lot better at night. But the day driving doesn't mess with me now like it did.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Renee's asking, are the widths of the store aisles different? Another thing may be the added displays in the aisle. I don't feel like Aldi does a lot of displays in the aisle because theirs is very small.
Yeah.
So it's like, think of your grocery stores from the 80s, where it's just very like, what do you think? There's maybe 6-7 aisles total?
Well, the store itself, the whole store, the building is smaller anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the aisles are narrower, like usually like your Kroger or H-E-B, they're wide enough where 2 carts can pass at the same time. But in Aldi, it would be a very tight pass then. I think what it is it's just
my anxiety.
Yeah, it's his anxiety. He just gets anxious because, again, if there is someone nearby, and I think it's because it is smaller, whereas like at Kroger and H-E-B, the aisles are a little bit bigger and they're a lot longer. So if somebody's coming, he doesn't get as anxious. And sometimes
I'm clumsy and I'm afraid I'm going to bump into somebody.
Yeah, but sometimes, like I've noticed too at Kroger and H-E-B, he doesn't even always notice if somebody's coming because the aisles are like, you can't even see over some of the aisles. But at Aldi, you can be like at your height, you can see over to the next rows. Think of Trader Joe's. Remember, you went to Trader Joe's with us, Renee. It's like Aldi is built a lot like that, a lot smaller and narrower. And
the same like family.
Yeah, it's the same family. Yeah. So anyways, I think that's part of it. So he's like, he goes in hyper aware of anybody else, and he's just constantly like, oh, are they coming? Oh. And then he's just walking, and maybe because it is smaller, he just feels like he just goes a lot faster. Like he's like, oh, okay. And he spins off, and I'm like, okay, I wanted to kind of like look at this, but he's off over there. And
well, I don't shop. I go in and get what I need and get out. I don't like just looking at what's on the aisle. If it's not on the list, I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, but for Aldi, I like to look at their different things to see what's new because they kind of mix it in.
What's bad about Aldi too is you can't really use the app like I do the Kroger and H-E-B.
Right, because it doesn't even tell you
a lot of times they don't even have the item you're looking for. It's so sporadic.
Well, it depends on the item, and I think also you don't know where anything is because like we were getting the frozen butternut squash and stuff like that. And I was trying to tell him,
scavenger hunt.
I was trying to tell him, okay, well, I want to get the rice cauliflower, and he's ran off. And I'm like, where are you going? And he's like looking somewhere else. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why you're looking for it over there. It's going to be over here. But he's just like, because you were like looking at the frozen in the middle there, looking at all that. And I'm like,
looking for frozen food in the frozen section.
Well, but there's the wall of frozen doors.
I know I haven't made over there yet, though.
Yeah. He walked right past it. But anyhow, we're not going to relive this. But yeah, I think you're not familiar.
I'm different. Let's put it that way.
You're not as familiar with it. Sean said, I said this in Dustin's live this morning. I feel like I took the red pill in the Matrix, Doctors are the agents, and everyone once in a while, I wish I took the blue pill, kind of like Cypher. Wow. Kate said, but eating this way and staying away from inflammatory seed oils will not only prevent inflammation, but also the oils that create the myelin sheaths that coat nerve endings will be replaced. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things Dr. Berry has talked about is nerve healing and nerve rebuilding, basically, is what it does. And, how slow it is, but doing things that are basically going to avoid inflammation, then your body can work on healing and repairing things because it's not busy fixing inflammation in your body.
Well, it's like he always has that one little story he tells about the dog. And
Yeah.
Like, the dog got, not because he fixed it or whatever, it's just I just quit poisoning the dog.
Right.
And that's basically what we're doing. We're just poisoning ourselves with a lot of this stuff.
Right. And Caden said, healthy, stable oils that you're eating as opposed to this garbage, which was never meant to be food to begin with. Exactly.
That's why, honestly, a lot of the stuff we consume and whatnot is outright banned in some of these other countries. Because they know it's not healthy for us.
Renee said, I wonder if he's unsteadiness past couple of days is because of having a few extra treats because free and birthday.
I don't think so, because actually we skipped those. Because there's I still have them on my list here, the emails and whatnot. Like I have one from Longhorn for a free dessert. I don't even have a desire to go get it. Mm-mm. The only freebies I've gotten, even actually, I got a $15 credit at my favorite Mexican restaurant, Gringo's. I used it to go towards my meal. But I got the next day, I got a free tres leches dessert from them. I don't even want to cash it in. So when I'm getting the free dessert from them, I'm not cashing those in.
No.
So I'm not actually eating those.
Yeah, and we've asked a couple of them. We were like, can we just get this appetizer instead?
And usually they'll tell you,
yeah.
Or I'll ask them instead, can I get a coffee? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'll give it to Shelly.
Yeah.
Don't mean something.
Yeah. But do you feel it wasn't, I think part of the problem with yesterday, honestly, is because you did the DDPY in the morning.
Yes.
Then he did fine at Kroger, walking all over Kroger.
And it started getting hotter too, because when we left in the morning, it was actually
nice
kind of cold.
Cool.
When I got into the car, I was like, "Oh man, it's really cool in here."
I know.
It feels good. Because usually it's sitting in the driveway in the Texas heat. We got to turn that car on first and let the AC kick in. But we didn't need to do that at all yesterday. But then it started getting hot.
Yeah, so he did fine at Kroger, and we did walk the whole store of Kroger. And then I think he just always, for some reason, he just always gets like that at Aldi.
Yeah.
So, but then when we went to HEB next, he was fine again. And walking around there, but of course, you did get to sit down for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before we went into HEB, and I think that helped too. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know
about Aldi. It's bad juju.
Yeah. I don't know. And then he was fine the rest of the day, right? Yeah. Sean had said, hey, Sean, leave me out of it. Laugh out loud, right? Right? And they're talking back and forth. Laura S. said, you helped me with that. Listening to your problems with the Diet Cokes, it helped me say also, nope, enough is enough. Oh, wow. Thanks.
See what really got me bad? I was kind of mad about this too. HEB was running a special. I'm not because before keto, I was a die-hard Dr. Pepper fan. Mm-hmm. All day, every day, I drank Dr. Pepper. Mm-hmm. Well, they had their Dr. Pepper Zero and the Diet Dr. Peppers on sale. 3 for $12 or 3 for $15.
Whatever.
And then the next day, I found at Kroger they're 3 for $12. So I started buying them up and stocking them up. And then I'm not blaming her, but it enticed me because Shauna asked her. She said right before the cruise, she had asked me to get the
only because we talked about it.
I understand that, but I was using that as a crutch. Oh, it's not for me; it's for Shauna. I was blaming her, but I'm not, is what I'm trying to say. It's my fault. But it was the strawberry ones, I think it was.
Yes.
Or the cherry.
The strawberry.
And they were so good. That's the problem. They were addictive.
Yes.
And I couldn't stop drinking them. Because I was, like with my Zevia, I typically drink 2 a day. 1 at lunch and 1 at dinner. And that's it. But with those, I was drinking them all day, every day.
And it started out, I'll just have it, at dinner. But that's the thing. They're built to be addictive, like a lot of processed foods are.
I need my
right. And that's what happens with a lot of processed foods. That's why I say, if you have a time where you've gone off plan or, whatever happens, we're living life, right? Things are going to happen throughout life. If you have that time where you do it, try your best to get back on keto and just, hey, I had that go on. But it can be very difficult because those processed foods, those diet sodas are built to be addictive and to get to you. That's why you have to be like, you know what? It's been 7 days without one. Let's see if I can make it to 10. And the longer you can push yourself to get over that, then it eventually gets out of your system. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, I don't care about those anymore.
Well, it's just like with Lay's potato chips. Their slogan, nobody can eat just one.
Yeah. It's
not just clever marketing. It is actually how they're designed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds very, what do you call it? Doomsday-ish or whatever. I can't remember the term.
Conspiracy theories?
Yeah, but they really are out to get you. They're not trying to get you. They're trying to get in your wallet. Is what they're trying to do. Their whole income. They are a company who's there to make money.
Yes.
So they're trying to figure out ways to make money from you.
Yeah.
But don't let them win.
Right. Kate said, congrats on doing what it takes to take control of your health.
Oh,
thanks. Sean said, yeah, I'm a placeholder. What does that mean? Brenda said, I have not tried any energy drinks. Well, good for you. Don't do it. Don't. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Renee's saying the myelin shift is made in the peripheral nervous system and not made from oils, but definitely can be affected by toxic intake. Right. Exactly.
Well, my thinking of it was the whole body is a whole complete system. If one part is messing up, it's going to cause havoc on the rest of it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I'm dumbing it down because I'm just hate. So.
Right. Brenda said, if Amazon could get a package in the box, they do. Some they cram it in. Yeah, we've had a couple of those.
Ours are a little bit bigger than the standard one, too. So.
Yeah, some of the small ones they get in there, but otherwise.
I don't think they're do that, though.
Well, but sometimes they use the postal.
Oh, that's right. They outsource it to the postal.
Sean said, our mail person liked to play, how many pounds of crap can I fit in our mailbox? Thankfully, it opens both ways. Yes. So when it's really jammed in there, I can push it through instead of trying to pull it out.
That's ours same way.
Yeah, that's what I like about ours too. Shauna said, I used to get a subscription box just larger than a videotape size, fit in the back of my box, but not out the front. I had so many arguments with USPS. Oh, because they would put it in, but then you couldn't get it out. That's silly.
No, that's a rough game to have to play every time.
Renee said, us folks with astigmatism have a harder time driving at night. All the lights have extra rings around them. I definitely have to wear my glasses instead of contacts to drive at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I probably should do that too, because I know I have astigmatism. Sean said that should be a new slogan. Get my meat and get out.
Well, it's like Dr. Barry always says too, shop in the outer aisles. So, I mean, that's basically what you're doing. But it took us a little longer at Kroger. Because both of us, especially me, in the meat section, there's one section I know at Kroger where they put the discounted meats. So I go running over there first to go look. But she found in the Kroger where they hide all the other discounts. Because we started making our own bacon. But she's gotten so many good deals lately on bacon. We haven't made it in I don't know how many months now.
Long time.
But she knows exactly where to go look. where all the little markdowns are at. And we
I'm
scored.
a professional.
Yeah. Because I actually had it on my list for HEB to grab some of their their sausage. But we found a couple of links in Kroger for a better deal. We got the 3 packs for the price of 1 pack, 1 link at HEB. And I was like, oh, this is a win-win. Taking that off the list.
Brenda says she turns to a pumpkin after dark. Right. And then Shauna, in response to you, she screamed, "Wait, what?"
I said, thank you.
I claim zero responsibility.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's mine. It's character flaw on my part. I'm just like sharing my misery with my friends.
I get it all the time, Shauna.
That's why I say it's your fault I'm doing keto.
Yeah, it is.
You saved my life. Thank you.
You're welcome. Brenda F. said, yes, hubby buys the 7-Up Zero. I have to watch myself. Yeah, and that was what was happening to me too, because I would be like, well, I'll have just a little bit of one, and then it would be like, so like I could only get through half a can, and I'm like, oh, it's just way too sweet, and then he would finish my can. Well, so that wasn't the best.
Right.
Laura S. said, hey, I found strawberry Zevia. I was excited.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty good. My favorite one of theirs, if y'all can find them, is the the creamy root beer. That stuff is amazing. Mm-hmm. The only thing that messes me up with Zevia, it messes with my head. Almost every store I've ever found them in, they have them in at least a 6-pack. And then some stores have them in an 8-pack. Some of them have a 10-pack, and some of them have a 12.
Yeah.
There's no standard with them, so it's just wild to me.
Yeah. And Shauna explained the Cypher. That was the character in The Matrix. Uh-huh. That's what Sean was referring to. I don't think he was calling on you. Renee said, so Heath, what did you get for your birthday?
I got Metallica tickets. That's the big one. I got to spend the whole weekend with all of y'all. We've gone to eat several times.
This month.
Yeah. I got several Dutch. What else? There's something else.
Your mom sent you a gift.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know how we use the hot plate here? I messed up, and we still have one of those listed on my Amazon. Huh?
We did. No longer.
Yeah. On our Amazon wish list. So she purchased another one for me. So now we have a backup. And we went through, and as soon as we found it out that's what it was and why she sent it to me, somebody went in there and edited it.
Yeah. So we edited his wish list on Amazon. Because actually there was a couple of things there. The chopper was on our. I didn't even realize that. I thought
Terry's watching, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Terry, because I thought it was like she just was like, they need a chopper. Right. But then when I looked at his wish list, I was like, oh, that's the chopper. Oh, that's the garlic press. Right. So thank you, Terry. Yeah. So I had to update the wish list because that's the one thing is when Amazon, if you do purchase from the wish list, it doesn't tell the person, hey, you need to update your wish list. So we don't know. So I went through, and if there was a few things that I had to remove from the wish list, and then I went through and added some new items.
Right.
Since, people do like to use that.
Y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But so that's what you've gotten so far for your birthday.
And the sodas. My baby brother bought me a 20-pack.
24-pack.
A 24-pack of these. And there was something else I thought. Oh, I got a $10 gift card from my job.
Oh, yeah.
As my birthday present. And then I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Not safe for work. Keto Simple is here, and he said, brother. Happy birthday, Heath.
Thank you, sir. How you be?
And he said, hey, Dustin. And Mary T said, happy birthday, Heath.
Thank you.
So he got lots of birthday hellos.
Yes. And I'm still getting stuff on Facebook, people telling me.
And awesome. Then earlier today, when he was waking me up, he kept this phone kept going off. I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to learn to silence your phone.
It wasn't silenced. It
wasn't silenced for notifications.
Because I was waiting on you to reply to me when I was messaging you. Anyways,
I was right there with you. I don't know what I'd reply.
No, you were in the other room. What are you about?
No, when your phone was going off. Yeah, I think the cipher, isn't it CI? Keto Simple, he said, not safe for work gifts. That's right. He said, hashtag after dark. That's right, of course. Other gifts, right? But yeah, so and then today, once we got up, then we went because Dutch loads on your birthday, they load a free drink any way you want it, right? So, like if you're a coffee drinker like me, I always get 2 or 3 extra shots put in my coffee. I get, whatever else, whatever you want. Like I add all the extras. And so that's why he today, since it was free, not only did he get the Rebel, which is more expensive, but he also had it blended, which I know they charge extra for, but it was all covered because it was his birthday gift today from Dutch. So he got that from Dutch. And then he had, for having the Dutch app, he got a free medium. So I got a free medium coffee from Dutch. And then Scooters was doing any brewed or iced coffee for National Coffee Day completely free. No other purchase necessary. So I got their extra large brewed flavor of the day, which was just French vanilla. So that's why I like Scooters coffee, because they have either a medium roast or dark roast that is freshly brewed, or they have a flavor of the day roast. And so I really like that. My favorite is their Caramelicious flavored coffee. So there's no sweeteners or anything. It's just like Bones, how Bones has flavored coffee. That's what Scooters does. And then they just put a splash of heavy cream, or you don't have to. And so I got that for free at Scooters today. So we went and did that. And then now then I made his lunch. So if you were late to joining us, I made him a chorizo crawfish omelet
with habanero and cheddar cheese.
Yes.
That was amazing.
And that's what he ate at the beginning of this. And then he's tried to decide now if he wants to go out for his birthday dinner or if we're going to cook what we originally planned.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
Oh, I know what we can do.
Oh?
Because Babin's still has the free, all month long, Babin's restaurant's doing free appetizers.
Oh, yeah.
It's still September. I don't know.
Shauna said, oh, no, it's S-I. Oh, okay. S-I-P-H-E-R. Okay. I thought it was C-I. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. Keto Simple said, I have an inquiring mind. Okay. Oh, what do you want to know?
Can we answer it now, or I need to message you?
Sean said, on the word cipher is a coded message where you have to use a key to understand the code. Oh, that's right. That's the other terminology for it.
Thanks, Brainiac.
Decipher, yeah. Right? Well, that's good to know. Wow, look at us. It has been, did you see The Matrix? You had to have, right? Yeah. Is there anybody who hasn't seen The Matrix?
No spoilers.
I didn't see all the sequels.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
There was 2 or 3 sequels to it?
Yeah, we got enough shows on our list.
Right. But I remember the original Matrix. That was quite, there's certain movies that I feel like were turning points. Yes. I never saw that. And then now that you saw that and the I See Dead People. Right. What was that one again? Sixth Sense. Yeah. Oof. Keto Simple said, it's awful bright out. Ha ha. And he said 4 total. Okay.
Wait. 4 total questions?
Shada said, I think I saw it, but I don't remember all of it. I
don't
remember.
Think she would like it.
I remember how just Keanu Reeves, y'all. That was whoa. That was top tier Keanu. Laura S. said, last time we all voted against Heath and said, eat at home. Today, I'm with Heath. Heath, eat out. It's your birthday. Aw, that's so sweet, Laura.
Yeah. Where are you sending me then?
No. Shauna said, I met Keanu in person after that. It's weird. Well, is he just as charming in person as I imagine him to
Because
be?
you know they say never meet your heroes. So
Yes, he just seems like he would have the perfect handshake, right? It wouldn't be too like aggressive, but it wouldn't be as soft. Like it would just be the perfect. Like you're just like you just do everything perfect, don't you? Mm.
calm down.
You were the one playing that Sandra Bullock thing, and she was
Oh
like,
my goodness.
no, that's definitely.
That's NSFW.
Oh my goodness. I was like, wow, Sandra. Wow. Sean said, well, I worked on crypto gear in the Navy. Oh, that is cool.
That is.
So I had to know how the gear works.
Oh.
That's really cool. Oh, how neat. Okay, Dustin said the original trilogy. Oh, there's been 4 total.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And
okay,
a 4th that came out a few years ago. Okay.
Was Keanu in all of them?
I think so. But
Thank you.
I did not see the other 3, honestly. I saw the first one and I was like, okay, that's
Is it worth going
enough.
and watching them all? Does she care about watching it?
No.
Because like I said, we have a whole list of shows to watch anyways.
Mary T said, then there is the Mod Pod Kettle Cyphery Math skit that is hilarious.
Right.
Dust said, of course, you've got to eat out on your birthday.
But see, my problem, honestly, the only places that really hit for me are either very high-end, expensive, or low places.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Where you just get a burger patty.
Or, like you were talking about earlier, talking about going to the burger place, the other one.
Five Guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, but we have burgers here.
We went to Cheddar's for lunch yesterday. Y'all, that was cheap.
It was. And
I didn't know Cheddar's was that cheap.
Because I had a $20 gift card I won at work. That was not for a birthday. It was just from a, they were doing a skills challenge thing or whatever. And I got awarded it. It was a $20 bonus, basically, for a job well done. So we put that towards the Cheddar's. And I think the whole bill cost us, what, $6 or something?
Yeah, $6 and then tip.
Yeah.
So I made sure. Well, I didn't give her an outstanding tip because we sat there for about 5-10 minutes before she even came and brought us waters and immediately brought us the things with the sweetener. And I'm like, if she'd checked in and got our drinkware, we could have told her right away, don't bring us the croissants.
Again, help me, help you.
Yeah. But then she wasn't the best waitress. But then I was like, but you know what? If an average table is less than $30, she's not making a whole lot in tips.
Where's her incentive?
Right. She's probably like, I'm not going to kick it high end. But anyways, I was really impressed how cheap that was.
But we're not going back there.
I was like, they're using nothing but seed oils. Right. And it was good, but it wasn't out of this world. Shauna said he absolutely is Keanu. He absolutely is perfect. This was years ago, 94. He was in a movie. My boss was producing up here in Napa. And she said, well, scene.
That sounds awesome, though.
You're so lucky, Mary. I mean, Shauna, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I got to meet Keanu Reeves. Oh my goodness. Oh, did you get a picture with him? Oh man. Mary T said, I may choose to eat out on Heath's birthday as well. Can't decide what to make for supper tonight.
See, that's what's bothering me about that, though. I wish all of us were closer so we could all go together. That'd be amazing.
Right?
I just want to hang out with everybody.
Sean said Keanu was in all 4 movies. The other 2 movies are okay. They're mildly entertaining.
Okay.
Well, did you all see that there is a new John Wick?
Oh. I don't want to watch that one.
But it's not focused on him. It's a woman and she's called the Ballerina. Oh. And I think that's the name of it, is Ballerina John Wick, I forget. But
is he even in it?
He is in it because he then
make a cameo.
Is going to train her on. She's the
Padawan.
Yeah.
He's the Jedi.
Anybody else gonna go see that? And Keto Simple, listen to this. Dustin says he's talking about eating out at home.
Amen, brother. That's my rapper's name. Sir Licks a Lot.
Oh my gosh. Laura S. said that Mexican restaurant you always show looks delicious. Oh yeah.
Or the other one.
Oh, is it Gringos or Jalisco's? The one with
With a flame.
the flaming meat? Or are we talking Gringos where he usually gets like a salad?
Yeah.
Sean said the last is not fit for viewing. Wow. The fourth one?
Oh.
Wow. See, we didn't miss anything. Okay. We got the first was the best.
Okay.
Renee said, last night at dinner, I had a bunless burger that was so juicy and perfectly cooked with bacon and pepper jack cheese.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Dustin said, Cheddar's, the first time we went pre-keto and we got so much food for like $50. I don't think it was as cheap as can, I don't know what to say. But anyways, I know we hadn't been to Cheddar since when we went pre-keto. Because pre-keto, what was your dish you always got?
The honey mustard chicken.
Yeah.
Tell them the story about how the first time I met your parents.
Oh, yeah. So this. Here you go, Dustin. Here's a not safe for work story.
No, it is. That's safe.
Oh, so I'm not telling the whole thing?
Okay, go ahead then.
So the first time Heath and I have been talking for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, I got you.
And the first time we meet, right, we met at my house. So the next day, we decide to, my mother and niece are like, hey, we want to go eat at Cheddar's. Do you want to meet us? So I tell Heath, right, this is the first time we met in person. I said, do you want to go eat lunch with my mom and niece? And he was like, sure. He'd never been to Cheddar's, and that was the first time. So not only first time he's eating at Cheddar's, but the first time he's meeting my mom and niece.
That was scary.
He was scared. He was really nervous. So yeah, that's our Cheddar story.
That's the restaurant they picked.
Yeah, that was the restaurant they wanted to eat at. And so he went there, met them, just met me, right? And he ordered the honey chicken. And yeah, and I think the only times we ever ate at Cheddar's was because my mom or niece wanted to eat there. But other than that, like, we never went, and we hadn't been there since we've been keto now. We have not ate at Cheddar's, so this is our first time in, I guess probably 6 years, honestly.
I had to get up, y'all, because I'm making me another pot of tea. But my standard protocol when I am going to go out to eat, I refuse to go to the restaurant if they don't have an online menu. The first thing I look at, is there appetizers? Are there any appetizers I can order that'll keep me on plan? Second, I scroll down and find their side dishes.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, most places are all carbs.
Yeah.
So I always check all that first before we even look at going to the place.
Yeah. So they have green beans, they have broccoli,
Coleslaw.
And then the coleslaw. But the coleslaw, I ordered it and I could tell there was sugar in it. It was pretty sweet to me. So that's the only thing. But yeah, everything else, they do have steaks. So hey, if you're ever, with friends or family and they're picking the Cheddars and you don't know, they have full steaks. They have several chicken dishes you could get. And of course they have salads. So it is a doable option. If you're eating out, Cheddar's would be a safe bet to go to. Yeah, and the burgers. I know Toy Cat always orders the burgers. And Heath got the pork chops. I got the chicken. Good. It was really good. And yeah, so overall it was good for what we paid. Let me say that. As Sean said, like DoorDash, Dustin, we all know what you meant. He said everyone but Heath. I think Heath knows what you're talking about.
I have no idea. I'm innocent.
Sean said, that's not what you said this morning. Shauna said, no pic, just a wonderful memory. That is an amazing memory. Oh, Shauna. Oh, you're so lucky, girl. Renee said, the seed oils and actives, it was in my earlier comment, just because you have been out to eat more. I mean, that's possible.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, if you do that, then maybe.
Yeah, because you noticed that too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been eating out too much.
But Laura said we have to.
Dustin said there's a series based on John Wick. It's about the hotel.
Oh. What's it called?
Laura S. said, where you get the pork rinds and the guacamole. Okay, so that's Gringo's.
Yeah, which is really cool too.
Their guacamole is good.
Right around the corner is the Gringo's, and then basically the same parking lot is another Dutch. I think it's sacrilege if we don't go to Dutch if we go to Gringo's.
But today, Dutch was supposed to be giving out little duckies, and they had a goth-looking duck, but they were all out.
We'll see if we get this one. They might have some.
That's the one we went to.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. We're going to the other.
But
dang it.
That was sad. I was like, I really wanted my goth duck.
Me too.
But I didn't get it.
Because they were like 3 different. You said red, white, and black. You could pick.
Yeah. Dustin said, tell the whole story of what? And then Renee said, oh, movie night could be Hungry Horde, Hollywood, Hullabaloo.
Oh.
It says, me or Frozen? I hope it's not Frozen.
What on our end?
Not on my end. Dustin said, today's live we got hit with an ad suitability again. It'll take 3 days to clear up. And that's the lifespan of a live. Really hurts the $2 I make from the live.
Aww.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Really? We've never got, well, I want to say that, but we haven't gotten hit with that. That's weird. I wonder why. Probably because you just say all kinds of naughty stuff,
He
Dustin.
doesn't wait till after dark.
Right. See, that's why I'm asleep, because my innocent ears.
What?
Sean said, did they say what for? Yeah, they never really say. The series is called Continental. Okay. Oh, okay.
We have to check that out.
The only time we got one was when we were filming the low carb cruise last year. Because there was a couple places where there was like music in the background. And so we had to either choose to mute that out or not. Or, then I think they were like, or we couldn't play it. Well, that was a copyright, so not an ad suitability. I guess we've never gotten the ad suitability. That's different. Sean said, I still need to watch that series, Dustin. I've heard some good things. So is it worth seeing the Continental?
And what network is that on?
Yeah.
Or was it on?
Right.
Look it up. Because that's what we need, another show.
I know, right?
We still got to finish
Add
Mom.
it to the 500 shows we got.
We got to finish Mom first.
I know. Yeah, we finished the McMahon one.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice. Remember we finished McMahon?
Yeah, that was actually pretty good too.
Yeah. What did you think of it, Laura? Because I saw your comment that you started watching it. What did you think?
I think it could have been better. I thought they should have interviewed and had him showcased Jim Ross.
Oh.
Because he was there for a long time. One of the commentators. They should have had him on there too.
Right.
Because in fact, that one guy that was on there talking all the time,
Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard. We actually saw, when we saw Jim Ross doing a live talk, Bruce Pritchard actually opened for him. Because Bruce is actually from Houston too.
Oh.
And he's been in the business for a long time. Huh?
Dustin said, mine is always content-based, not music. It's frustrating because I do watch what I say. That is, wow, I'm sorry, Dustin.
I've never been hit with that.
Content-based? That is weird. I'm sorry.
The most we've ever been ran into with something like that was we're afraid we'll get demonetized.
Yeah, but we haven't.
Yeah.
Even as, I guess we don't get that naughty. I don't know.
As non-PG as we get sometimes.
Yeah, Sean said the Continental's on Prime. Oh, okay.
We just canceled it though.
Keto Simple said, I've not watched it yet. I forgot about it until today. Still not watched John Wick 4. We've been watching Bad Money on Bad Monkey.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one.
What's Bad Monkey about? Laura S said, I haven't watched it. Oh, okay. You're going to watch it?
It's a 6-part series.
Yeah.
So
it was interesting. We finished watching it last night. And
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying there's a lot of little nuances in there that they didn't really mention, so I was explaining it to her. Because I remember I was there when this stuff was happening. Well, I was there. I was watching it when it happened.
Yeah, you were there?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was watching it, and it was pretty interesting.
So she didn't care about wrestling at all, but stuff like that's like kind of grabbed her.
Well, I do like documentaries.
Yeah.
I do enjoy those for the
really
most part.
It was really,
yeah,
fairly well done.
Yeah, listening to some of the things he would even say now,
Yes.
like because they take most of this, I think, in 22.
Yes.
Before all of the first charges came out, and I was just like, "Oh wow!" Just seeing how his view on things. Then I'm like,
Right.
All righty.
He's very egotistical. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Kate said, the Cheddars in Lafayette closed about 7 years ago. I used to bring the kids there when they were toddlers. Love the baked potato, bacon soup, and Monte Cristo sandwiches.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Where did we used to give you?
I know I've done the Monte Cristo.
There was one restaurant we used to go all the time to get the Monte Cristo. It was like the main attraction.
Bennigan's.
Oh, yeah.
But I think those all closed.
Yeah, I was going to say, are they even open anymore?
Okay, Dustin said Bad Monkey is a comedy series with Vince Vaughn.
Oh.
Okay. That's interesting.
Put that on the list, too.
He said a former Miami Police Department member turned health inspector, Andrew Yancey, investigates a case involving a human arm. He navigates through eccentric characters and unexpected challenges.
Okay. Oh, another one we were excited about too, though, is Martin Short.
Only Murderers in the Building.
Yes,
I love that show.
We're fixing it.
I love it.
Okay. Always thinking that one next or Shogun?
That one probably.
Okay.
I love that.
It's
and
really
did you
good.
know this? Selena Gomez is officially a billionaire.
Wow. Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's awesome.
Mostly because of her cosmetic line.
Oh, I didn't know
But
about that.
yeah, all of the stuff that she's doing, like to really at her age.
Yeah.
And
That's
everything
good.
she's like built in her empire to reach that billionaire status.
That's amazing.
That's hard to do. And then being someone at her age and her talents to get there, that's awesome. But I really do love that show.
It's
like
really
it is.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love the dynamic.
Yeah. Because I'm not that big a fan of Steve Martin, really, on his own. And I was like, man.
I've always enjoyed Steve Martin.
No, I'm sorry. No, Martin Short. I'm sorry.
Oh, Martin Short. Yeah.
Well,
But
he plays well. He's perfect for that show.
Yeah. The dynamic between Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. It's just.
No, I love Steve Martin. My bad.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But dynamic between the three of them, they just are really good. Like you could tell where Martin Short and Steve Martin, where they got their acting chops in, and they still had that, the SNL era. To me, that was like my favorite era because they knew how to really improv and play off of each other. And you could see that still in the show. It's just really good. Kate said, I would never eat that today. Right. A Monte Cristo. Yeah. I mean, we made one. Yeah. Remember, we made it with the Stuffler.
Yeah. And it was a truffle. Yeah, it was really good. Actually.
It was good that way. But yeah, could you imagine if you ate that today, how sick you would be?
Right.
All of that fried stuff, all of the gluten, all of the sugar. Right. Like, okay, I would be out for a week or something. Right. That would just be really hard on you. Dustin said, right, same. And Kate said, I know, right? I wonder if that could be keto-fied. Oh yeah, we did that as a Stuffler, I think on a live. Yeah. So basically you just need a ham and cheese.
I think turkey also.
And turkey, I think that's what it was.
And
but we did it.
I think.
Yeah, provolone or something. And then we have a recipe for the raspberry chipotle, I guess jam.
Yeah.
And so we just make that raspberry chipotle jam and serve that with it, completely keto. I mean, yeah, it's still there because with the stuffler, it's more bready than a traditional chaffle, and then you still get that. Yeah, you get that feel because it encapsulates the meat and cheese like our traditional Monte Cristo does. And then having that raspberry chipotle preserves, it was really good.
Because we used to buy in a jar the raspberry chipotle, Wiccan Fester or whatever brand, but it had crappy ingredients in it.
Yeah.
So we figured out a way to recreate it and made it keto.
Yes. And yeah, so we have the.
Now I kind of want to make that now.
I know. Let me
Thank
see.
You.
I wonder. Let me see. Stuffler. French dip. Stuffler delight. Oh, that's chili cheese.
How many times we made it?
I don't know. Let me put raspberry.
Yeah.
Raspberry chipotle sauce.
Yeah. That's just the salsa, huh?
Yeah. But I know we. I wonder what we tossed. No. I wonder what we titled it. Stuff. Stuffies. Oh, we'll have to search for it later. But I know it was on a live that we did the stuffler. It was really good. Yeah, on a Friday night feast.
Is that the one where it shot across the room?
I think so. Dustin said we start season 4 of Only Murders in the Building.
It's really good, isn't it?
She keeps getting thicker and I fall deeper in love.
Oh, wow.
What is that from? She keeps getting thicker.
I don't know.
Is that from season 4? Oh, or are you saying Selena is getting thicker and you're just like falling more in love with how curvy she's becoming? Kate said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go back and look up that recipe with the stuffler."
Thank you. Help us find a link for it too.
Right. Show all stufflers. That's
go
weird.
to live. Click live because you said it was live.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. That says chili cheese dog. This just says French dip.
Yeah, maybe we didn't put it in the title.
I know. That's what I'm wondering. Big fat fell or big young?
Maybe that one was it. Click on right click. Yeah.
I don't know. Because look at the picture. That just looks like a burger.
Right.
That's weird. I wonder if it was this one. Well, as you see.
Sorry.
Well, that's the only one I think that it might be. Well, we'll figure it out. TweetyQ Cat said, I always forget I even have a stuffler. I know, right?
That's not, I can't remember the last time we used it, honestly.
Easy enough, and they're always good. Put the stuffler up on the cabinet so I never remember to use it. Yeah, that's what happens with us too. You know, we put those things away, and then you're like, oh, yeah. It's been a while. Maybe we'll do a stuffler recipe again soon.
Guess we're going to need to.
But it's been so long, then we might have another... Okay, so Dustin, yeah, Selena Gomez.
She looking good.
He likes her when she's thick.
He goes, what is it? It gives me something to hold on to.
Oh, yeah. He said, I have a stuffler thing we've never opened.
Oh, it's really good, dude.
Okay.
It works well. At least ours works well.
Shauna said, I'm looking to not finding it. I know, me too. And then Laura S. said, can the stuffler be carnivore? Yeah, I think the one we did.
We did it with the poffle.
Let's see. Yeah, we have on here 3 eggs, pork panko, and seasoning.
Because it's basically just a standard truffle recipe.
Oh, let me read that. Let's see. Oh, wow.
Oh, another 3-hour one.
Yeah. It's just 3 hours. Wow.
What are we doing in it though?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Can't.
That looks. I don't know. It's a sandwich, but I don't think I see the. Now I see jalapenos and stuff.
I don't think that one's it.
Yeah, I wonder what we named it. Maybe it wasn't stuff.
Well, can you just look up Monte Cristo on ours?
I did.
Because maybe we made it with just the truffles.
I thought we did it.
We had a plan for this Friday. Remember, I told you what I want to make?
Yeah.
Why don't we do this instead? And then we'll make sure we have it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we haven't done it. We're remembering wrong.
Maybe.
So maybe that's what we're going to do this week.
Maybe.
So on Tuesday, we'll get some turkey. And ham, obviously.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see me going to get it.
Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. We'll figure it out. Okay, the stuffler. But yeah, you could do the stuffle. So just eggs and pork panko.
Yeah.
You could do for the stuffler. Kate said, we've never opened ours either. Right? Isn't it funny how things come into the community and like everybody buys it and then like 2 months later, nobody's using it anymore?
Right.
Right? It does seem that way. Okay, so maybe we do need to do a stuffler recipe pretty soon. Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah.
It is almost 3:00, y'all. We've been going for almost 2 hours, so we'll end this soon.
You. Yeah.
And
we gotta get somebody another coffee.
I don't know. I still got mine that you made me.
All right, then that's cool. If we don't have to leave. Yeah.
And Laura said she bought it too and never used it. So we got a lot of people who have not used their stufflers. So maybe we should.
Well, last night we were talking about doing a meetup. What we're gonna have to do is everybody bring their stuffler with them, and we'll all make her together. It'll be a stuffler party. That'll be awesome.
Rickwood said, I still like my stuffler on occasion, but I never bought a creamy. Oh, right?
I'm very impressed with creamy. They good customer service.
Yeah. But even that, when was the last time you made a creamy?
Well, because it messes with me. The keto chow ice cream messes with me sometimes, especially when I eat the whole quart. But I want to make one soon. I saw a reel today. You know that guy, I'm in 40 years who finally figured it out? He watched the video, this lady, she took vanilla ice cream, seasoned it with olive oil and salt, and that's it. And said it was amazing. I want to try doing that and see.
And Laura said, no, Heath.
What? No, Heath, what?
I don't know. Shada said, after I saw people's stufflers blowing up, I changed my mind. Right? Some of those were where they did explode.
Oh, they're saying no, they're not going to come over with it.
Oh, right. That's probably it. No, she's not going to bring it. Mary T said, okay, I decided on supper. Here we go. I made some egg life wraps last night for tacos, so I'll slice up the leftover as noodles.
Nice.
And I'll make beef stroganoff with the flat iron I dug out of the freezer. Ooh, that sounds amazing.
That sounds really good, actually.
That does.
Sounds really, really good.
Well, and you got to cook up all those mushrooms we got.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Because you know what? We're supposed to use some in the omelet. Dang it.
And well, did you pull up your pork chops to have for your lunch tomorrow?
No, because I'm having the chicken tomorrow. I'm having the pork chops on Tuesday.
Shauna said, besides, I have like 11 different Dash minis as it is. Right? Oh my gosh. She says, Maitreya says, hi. She's stuck in the living room watching a movie with her fam, and no one wants to hear her YouTube. Oh, well, that's okay. Boring. Hey, Maitreya. I hope you're starting to feel better.
I do hope you're feeling better too.
Takuka'aq said, I think the ones blowing up were just the generic brand ones, not the actual stuffler. Pretty sure that's what happened. Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like a certain off-brand didn't clip correctly. Yeah. And Shauna said, Sharon says hi too. Hey. She's working on a big Hawaii order. Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Right? Takuka'aq said, Shauna is everyone's personal secretary today.
She really is. That's why she's the admin extraordinaire or whatever.
She says, "Have message will travel." Right? That's so
Thank
awesome.
you, Shauna.
Thanks, Shauna. Yeah. So, have you decided where we're going for dinner tonight,
No, I
dear,
haven't. We're still
or
gonna
what we're
discuss it.
doing for dinner?
No, we still got to discuss it. Because your idea sounds good too. And we're already set up. So we're already set up. So we can record that and do it.
All right. Keto Simple said, "All right, have a great Sunday. Happy birthday again,
Thank
Heath.
you.
Enjoy the rest of your day."
I'm trying
He
to.
will.
That means we got to go. See you later. Thank y'all again. Y'all are amazing.
Yes.
This
Thank
has
you so
been the
much.
best quite a long time, actually.
Oh,
So thank y'all.
nice.
It's all started with her.
Oh, yeah?
And I still blame it all on you. Because you're amazing.
Oh. And Sean said, "Happy birthday, Heath."
Thank you.
And Dustin said he's got the generic one from Big Lots. Okay.
Well, good luck.
Right? Well, awesome. Well, thank you all so much again. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And I hope we'll see everybody on Friday night.
Yeah.
3 o'clock? Yeah. Okay. Mary T said, "Happy birthday, Heath. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your birthday with us.
Thank
I'll
you.
make a birthday mug cake in your honor."
Oh, awesome.
Well, that means it has to be chocolate.
Right? Chocolate lot.
Twitchy Cat said, "You have a few more official hours to celebrate. Happy birthday."
Thank you.
That's what he's going to do. Dust said, "Wink, wink, nudge, nudge."
Know what I mean?
Renee said, "I haven't used even my waffle thingy in over a year." Wow.
Well, you've been kind of busy. You got an excuse. Plus, you have a new friend you have to entertain as well. So.
Oh, entertain.
I wasn't implying anything. I was just being efficient.
Efficient?
Yeah. I'm saying without being too suggestive. I was trying to be nice. You gotta go in.
You were trying to be PG.
You were trying to act dark it already.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, that's because I know my cousin.
Oh, wow. Renee said, "Happy Horde Master Day."
Oh, thank you.
That's what I had to say this morning. Dustin said he'll be at a concert on Friday, the Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh, that sounds like a good show.
Wow. Renee said, "I'm just not a chaffle person, and he's not new. Yeah, chaffles are, I don't know. I go into
Crazy.
sometimes phases where I'm like, ooh, let's have a chaffle. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for Heath's birthday.
Thank you.
And we're going to go do some more celebrating, and we'll see what he actually decides for dinner because it's only 3 o'clock. It'll probably change at least a dozen times between now and 3:15. All right, everyone. Love y'all. Have a great one.
Again. Thank you. We'll see y'all later.
And just said, I'm always implying and suggestive.
That's fine. Ideas are always welcome.
Renee said, "Oh, after dark celebrating."
Turn light out. We gotta go.
Bye, y'all.
Vámonos.